Hello, welcome back to Monster Loves You Too. We are still repairing the coop from our latest tussle, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Just repairing the coop. Let's go outside. Investigate loud whispering, or do we want to go to the inner wall? Try to complete the repairs. Oh my gosh, they're so big! I can't wait to see what Ruck looks like when he's an adolescent. You stand near the almost restored wall. It's taller than before, built up with rocks and cement. Every monster is doing their part as the last layer of the wall is put into place. It's good to be the boss. I'm just the first among equals, really. It's been hard going, but I'm still going hard. Fleshy. You truly are the toughest thing in the sharps these days. Lindiddy holds up a simple drawing, directing monsters where they need to be. Gory has no drawings, but he still bosses all the monsterlings around. Ruck moves rocks, pulls ropes, and helps everyone who needs help. The big monsterling keeps pausing, though, and fidgeting. Ask Ruck what's wrong. Something is wrong, yes, with the wall. We need to fix it. That's what we've been doing, Ruck. No. Right there, see? It's weak there. Indeed, right where Ruck is pointing, one of the ropes is frayed against the sharp edge of broken rock. Snap! The broken rope whips past you, trailing loose fibers like a cloud. The top layer of the wall teeters over a group of unmoving monsterlings. Forewarned by Ruck, guide them to safety, shelter the monsterlings with my larger body. Forewarned. Will this actually help them all? Forewarned by Ruck, guide them to safety. Thanks to Ruck, you're able to save all of them. That was close. The dust settles. Several of the hammers stand around looking at the remains of the fallen wall layer. One of them kicks a rock. Several members of the gang look at you like the collapse is your fault. Lead by example and move all those heavy rocks myself. You throw yourself into their work, lifting and pushing and pulling and hauling. The hammers eventually stop blaming you. Stone by stone, Oh, our hammer reputation is going up too. Stone by stone, the newly damaged part of the coop wall is rebuilt. You worked hard today, and you have no difficulty getting sleep tonight. We've been full up on our stats for a while. Oh, minus flesh. Investigate loud whispering. Semi-hidden behind a ruined wall, Snargle and Garogu confabulate. The pair has been recalcitrant lately. They seem to resent you most of the time. What are they up to? Move quietly like a spider and listen. You creep carefully to the other side of the wall and listen. I'd just eat them all. It's what I'd do if I were the boss, I mean. But you're not. Neither was the boss before Slagoth died, and have you noticed? The boss is getting weaker. One day I'll be an adult too, but the boss is just going to get older and old. Snargle notices you and shuts up. Boss, we didn't expect to see you here, and so quiet too. Sneaky, well done? Snargle and Garogu straighten up and face you. Boss. You can almost hear the quotes around the word. Put the fear of, well, me. Be leader-like and dignified. Listen calmly. You almost hear something, possibly your own voice, in the back of your head. It's saying you look presidential. This appears to work to your advantage with your underlings. I have an idea, a proposal even. We can guard the monsterlings, protect them from harm. They need us. They're so small and tender. Bite-sized, round like berries. The two hammers look at you expectantly. Snargle's stomach rumbles. Lily asks them not to do anything to the monsters. They can guard the monsterlings with light, knock the lesson into them. No messing with the monsterlings. They can have some of my food tonight if they're hungry. Really, boss? That's great. Thanks, boss. There aren't any quotes around the word this time. Well, all this work is making you feel a little dizzy. It's the weakness of aging coming on you again. You're not helpless, but your legs are shaky. Boss, do you need some help? Snargle wipes a little drool from the corner of her mouth. Is she looking at you hungrily? Ask what Snargle means. Asking that question. I don't need help. Make up a quick excuse. You spit out something about being distracted by the weight of command. They nod, but they don't really seem to believe you. Well, we'll get back to work, boss, if that's okay with you. But, boss, seriously, if you need anything, if you're feeling weak, do be sure to tell us. We'll keep it quiet. You wait until your head stops spinning, then return to your day. The repairs continue, and you continue managing the effort, aided by Linditi's expert organizational skills. That night, even a meal including the berry paste isn't enough to make you stop thinking about your spell of weakness. It is always good to eat something, though. Put it completely out of my head so I can sleep properly. Let's not go to Astrosyl's bunker. Let's select new monsterlings. Check out that woolly cocoon. Consider options for the coop. Check out that woolly cocoon. You sit on the ground next to Rancid's half-unraveled sweater. Rancid is somewhere in there. It's in there somewhere. There were some tasty berries by the stone stump table, so you brought them along. You eat a few. Well, more than a few. We don't need to fill up on anything, so save the rest for Rancid. The sweater, stretched and tangled and slathered with slime and spittle, makes for a colorful cocoon. Within that cocoon, Rancid stirs. You haven't seen a cocoon like this before, but you recognize the movements within. Tossing, turning, stretching limbs, sharper edges, Rancid is becoming an adolescent. A monsterling wanders over. Why do they all want to eat them immediately? She picks at the cocoon with her claws, then runs away in fear. Continue to sit quietly with Rancid for a while, whisper reassuring things to the sleeping monsterling, also construct a material to help protect the cocoon. Let's whisper reassuring things. You're not sure if Rancid can hear you at first, but as you continue to speak, their slow contortions become slightly more relaxed. The monsterling who poked the cocoon approaches you. She's not alone this time. Smells funny. Looks funny. Wonder how it tastes. Make a lot of angry noise to scare them off. Tell them to leave the cocoon alone. You nudge Friel and Upok back gently. Your stomach grows a little bit. Save them for Rancid. Upok and Friel return. Their eyes are locked on Rancid's cocoon. Upok is drooling. Boss, I heard you were weak now. Snargle said so. Everyone knows. Upok is right, I'm feeling weak. No, I'm fine. You bristle and react. Upok steps back but doesn't actually leave. Usually a display like this gets the attention of your hammers, but lately, the effort of dealing with Upok and Friel is taking a lot of your energy. Frighten them away with a few slashes and kicks. You hand out a little pain. Upok and Friel retreat for good this time. You sit and wait. Some berries might make the time pass quicker. No, save them. The cocoon stirs with a new pattern of movement. A tear appears and the material around it quivers. The cocoon slips open and Rancid emerges. Aww. Rancid gathers up the remains of the cocoon and swiftly folds them into a wad of fibers. Rancid devours most of what's left of their cocoon. Rancid looks up at you and stretches their legs, trying to imitate you, but their legs bend the wrong way and Rancid falls down. Not working. Rancid tries to hunch up like Ruck, but can't seem to do it. All different now. Give Rancid the berries I saved. The meal seems to calm the adolescent down a little bit. So hungry. Rancid eyes are passing monsterling. What are you looking at? Rancid reaches with arms that are halfway to being tentacles. Long, coiling fingers extend toward Heech, snagging him. Let Rancid eat a bite of my own flesh. Chomp, that seemed to calm them down. Rancid lurches and staggers away in the direction of the stone table. That night, you enjoy a little berry paste smeared on a collection of spiders and centipedes. Crunchy and delicious. That wasn't too bad. Okay, let's check out outside, collect new monsterlings. As you and your hammers approach the vat, you see monsterlings scattering. The monsterlings are using some of your old hiding places. Your minions fan out and start collecting the newborns. There seems to be a total of 7 new monsterlings in the area. A few of those hidey holes are too small for any hammer to get at. How can we get them out of there, boss? Set some bait, then be patient. Smash the ruined walls apart, Astrosyl style. You leave some berries on the ground and step back. The hungry monsterlings soon emerge. You and the hammers head for the coop, carrying all of the newborn monsterlings. Grogu trots at your side, dragging one monsterling behind him. Boss, do we need all of these little ones? This was a long walk. We're getting pretty hungry. We have plenty, so let the hammers have 1 or 2 monsterlings. No. I feel like we're gonna get an uprising on our hand if we don't let them eat somebody, but I don't want them to eat somebody. Simply inform the hammers that there will be no eating of monsterlings today. Hurt Grogu a little for asking such a question? No. Grogu and the others obey without question, but not without a little muttering. Oh, lost a little bit of respect. As you pass around these 3 especially large crags of rock, you realize someone is here, waiting. Mirami's gang is lurking in the shadows. You don't see Mirami herself. If you were just blundering along without watching, they'd have caught you completely by surprise, but you've spotted the ambush before it could really become an ambush. If you can get everyone through this place fast enough, you can save some of the new monsterlings. Merge in and fight with the other gang. Try imitating Mirami to fool them into leaving. You call out so your voice echoes from the nearby ruins, pretending to be Mirami. You tell them the ambush has been called off and to meet you at the trough. Then you tell them not to do that. Wait, that wasn't you. That was... Nice try! These idiots would have fallen for it if I wasn't here. Well, hello there, puddle brains. Flashed around randomly in anger. I'm not happy to be called that, but I'll live. What she says doesn't actually matter to me. You shrug and gesture for Mirami to go on. Her eyes narrow and she continues. So it's true. You're working for Astrasil. I bet you thought you were done with Mirami. But you're not done until I say so. Snargle and Grogu stand back to back, lashing out at the attackers. The other hammers form a circle around the new monsterlings, claws raised. You want a piece of me? Mirami moves as fast as ever, heading straight for you. Mirami screams and comes at you with an all-out attack. Use my superior size, smash her down as she gets close. You knock her to the ground. Mirami rises up again, then raises 1 foot off the ground. Kick her while she's off balance. I've seen this trick before. Circle and strike to one side. Mirami tries to pivot and kick you as you maneuver around her, but your reach is greater. Mirami is too weary to continue. Mirami collapses to the ground, exhausted. You win. I'll order my gang to leave and never bother you again. Just let us go, please. Talk to her instead. Gatrag told us the hammers were working with Astrasil. He promised us food and weapons if we attacked you. He wanted to test a theory. And he was right. Here you are, taking monsterling to the coop instead of eating them. Something happened to Astrasil, right? She grins. I bet Gatrag is spying on us right now. He probably knows everything already. He's one smart monster. Okay, now eat Mirami. Let her live this time. Ooh, I'm real tempted. But no. Mirami stands, dusts herself off, and backs slowly away from you. You heard the monster, everybody. Let's get the salt out of here. As she follows her gang around the rock formation, Mirami turns back. She sighs and disappears among the ruins. You know she'll try to get revenge. More revenge. Revenge again. You return to the coop and release the new monsterlings into the general population. You have a little berry paste before you lie down. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Astrasil's bunker. Okay, here we go. Consider options for the coop. You approach Astrasil's bunker. Go in and see Astrasil. Astrasil is standing up at last, leaning against a wall. Her legs wobble under her body's weight. You remind me of Gatrag. Astrasil considers you for a moment. Ah? I suppose you're not all bad. I'll never entirely trust you, but you seem to do more good than harm, mostly. You brought some monsterlings here from the vat, and that's good. Yes, I heard about that. My little nasties tell me these things sometimes. You've been busy. I don't know everything you've been doing, though. I'd like to know more. Spare no details, good or bad. Don't lie, but don't tell her any of the bad parts either. Tell her everything that's happened, spare no details, good or bad. You give her the good parts, then the bad parts, and even some of the ambiguous parts. Astrasil listens and nods, and toward the end smiles a little bit. Astrasil sighs. I was worried about many things, but I'm especially concerned about Gatrag. He helped me build the coop long ago, and I helped him rise to power in the council. Consider that she couldn't have known that would go wrong. You find yourself empathizing with the Elder, which isn't that surprising given that you've had her job for a while now. Of course, you could also have Slagoth's job, but on the whole, you're coming to understand Astrasil better than him. It was just us. The others who helped us are long dead now. Gatrag left the coop alone for years, but then his experiments in the pasture aren't going well. Now he'd like to experiment on all of my monsterlings. Ask her about the experiments. Eternal life, mutations, a way to make monsters become something more than an elder. He has many foolish ideas. But there's something about your spots. I know what those mean. You will die soon. And so young. Why? He looks away, thinking. I have a feeling it's more than just an abnormality. Something in your makeup. It doesn't matter now. Ask her how to stop myself from dying and become an elder. Perhaps if I were well, I could have persuaded the council to help you. Find something you have that they want. But it's too late for you now. Enjoy your last days, and don't worry. I'll take care of everything once you're gone. Astrasil shares one of her last lumps of plastic that still resembles a baby. Swallow it. It feels good. It doesn't actually radiate warmth inside you, but it does create happiness in your belly. You won't care about aging for a little while. Astrasil watches your bliss with jealous eyes, but she resists her desire for the baby. For a little while. Now, hawk it back up or I'll beat it out of you. That night there isn't much food on the table, but you get some meat and some mushrooms. The berry paste helps them fill your belly properly. Hammer camp? Rise from a deep sleep. You can't seem to get to your feet. The weakness will pass, as it always does, but it's taking longer than ever before. Oh, the gray spots on your hide are more numerous, and they hurt more than before. You feel your guts and brains leaking out through them like water. Your limbs complain, your back creaks. Let the pain make me bitter. Endure it. It feels like your blood and slime are thinning into fetid broth. Someone comes to the doorway and looks at you. You hear monsters whispering to each other, then they're gone again. Must rest. Must press on. You try to stand up, every bit of strength in you pulls muscles taut, and you fall down again. You dream of becoming a tiny vat holding a single morsel. The slime in the vat is red, not green. The morsel is your heart. You devour your own heart and feel stronger and smarter. Then you awaken. You feel slightly better. Astrasil is here. She's been watching you sleep. Look at Astrasil directly in the eyes. I've recovered from my wounds, young one. I can't help you, but Gatrag might. Snargle snickers, Grogu chuckles, Pavelot stares. Funny, you didn't notice them before. Rouse yourself enough to frighten the gang. A few meek ones squeak and retreat from your gaze. Your eyes close no matter how hard you try to keep them open. You devour a passing beetle and rest, just a little more. You open your eyes, Astrasil is gone. She went to get Elder Gatrag, but I don't think we'll need either of them. I will be the leader. I challenge you. Fight her. Pavelot produces a puppet of herself and thrusts it at your face. Is this supposed to confuse me? Ignore the puppet. Punch the monster. You punch right through the puppet, smashing Pavelot in the face. You aren't quick enough to end Pavelot's miserable life. You get your breath back, but she squirms away and escapes. I will be the leader. I challenge you. Snargle growls and starts slapping at your face and upper body. There sure are some floppy arms. Be a shame if someone tied them together. You grab Snargle's paws and twist with her tentacular wrists together. She cries out in pain. You reach for Snargle, but another wave of nausea cuts you short. Snargle scuttles out of the reach and gestures to Grogu. Okay, Snargle, if you're not leader, I'll be leader. Oh no. Grogu rises his hooked claws and lopes towards you on his spindly legs. Kick his long legs out from under him. The top-heavy Grogu falls and smacks his face into a ruined wall. You are victorious, but something feels wrong within your chest. You take what breaths you can. Grogu backs away, regaining his own breath. Gura will be the leader. I don't want to use all of our guts on this, and it's not even going to matter in the end. Fight. Gura waves her long body back and forth in an almost hypnotic pattern. Blink, concentrate, ignore the pattern, and claw her. You catch her off guard and get in a good hit. Your only prize is a bite of Gura's retreating flesh. Sheer will has kept you fighting. You look around for the next fool to smash. You feel your insides liquefying? You stagger outside into the ruined street. Hammers are everywhere. Were there this many before? You can't see them clearly. Some of the monsters seem impressed at how many fights you've won. A dozen or more hooting and jeering voices fill your ears. Despite all the trust you've built, it comes to this? Am I dreaming now? Even in the dream, you hear the taunting insults of the hammers. Gory and Ruck lift you up. When did they get here? Gory and Ruck drape your unresisting body on a construction of poles and faded blue tarp. Do you like the travois? Then Diddy made it. They each lift one end of a pole and tug in opposite directions. Wrong end, Gory. Smile quietly. My end is for going to the beach. Yours is for digging graves. Ruck shakes their head and pulls the travois. Gory slinks around to Ruck's end. Together they convey you toward the vault. Rough ground jostles the travois like the rocks that pelted you. You must have fallen asleep again. Lindiddy and Rancid are here now. Gory strains at the pole, but Lindiddy steps in and helps him. Even though both are adolescents, they barely balance monsterling Ruck's great strength. Rancid stares at you, then falls to the ground, shuddering. Too soon. No meaning to it. Tell each of them how much they gave meaning to my life. Lindiddy's reason cut into my brain. Gory's creativity poisoned my reality. Ruck's spirit exhausted me. Rancid's heart ripped at my heart. Weirdos. Oh, the four of them haul you across the pasture and up to the vat. They stand silently after perching your body on the wooden walkway. I want to fight you again. The vat is our goddess. She eats the dead and excretes life. When she dies, all will follow after her. Lindiddy listens. Gatrak's coming, and what he'll do with you. We have to prevent that. Rancid remains still. May you feed many. They exchange glances, none wanting to be the one to push you into the vat. Finally, they all reach out together. You tumble into green ooze, too thick to spatter. Dozens of morsels converge and nibble at your failing flesh. Halt! The elders runs up to the vat, but your friends stand in her way. Gatrag arrives out of breath, just a few steps behind Astrasil. The elders bat your friends aside. Are we too late? Salt and slime! You sink under the surface. Translucent slime smears all you see and muffles all you hear. The tiny mouths are devouring you, but you're dissolving even faster. Your throat disintegrates before you can scream. I wasn't going to scream. Gatrag growls somewhere overhead. The sound echoes and fades. Why did you wait so long to tell me? I could have studied the mercurial in laboratory conditions again. Astrasil roars something. Something. Nothing. You feel nothing? You feel nothing at all, but you see things. Images flash like lightning in the dark of the night. Flash! You remember the pained face of George, caught in the coils of spiked wire. Flash! You remember saving Gubgubba from being eaten by the other monsterlings. Flash! You remember fighting Ruck, and fighting Ruck, and fighting Ruck. Flash! You remember your friends coming together as a coterie. Flash! You remember the hunger and loneliness of your exile in the Sharps. Flash! You remember the coterie feeding you through the crack in the coop wall. Flash! You remember saving Joel from the feral adult among the bramble bushes. Flash! You remember the coterie conspiring to defeat Slagoth once and for all. Flash! You remember saving monsterlings from the vat and bringing them to the coop. Flash! What do you see as the darkness closes in? My friends helping me. Everything fades. Oh, chapter 6. Okay, I'm gonna call it there. It's a little bit shorter than the last one, I know, but I want to start chapter 6 fresh tomorrow. I I'm very intrigued to see what happens from here. I guess we'll have to find out, though, in the next one. I'll see you guys later. Bye!